Restarts on an injury. Okay, well, a couple things with the injury, I guess. One, there was a ball kick, went in the girl's face. Referee was standing right here, looking at this girl, thinking, okay, are you hurt? Girl's like this. She's probably crying, can't really tell yet. Referee let play continue, basically because the player did not sit down. Well, I mean, obviously the kid's hurt. Okay, there's no rule that the kid has to sit down for you to blow the whistle. So you can blow it. Just see if you think they're hurt, blow it right then. The other thing I saw was on injuries. Kid gets hurt. Referee lets it go for a while. Ball's back over here. Then they blow the whistle and they bring it back over here. Do the drop. The ball had actually gone out of bounds by this time. So where's the restart? Right when you blow the whistle, where the ball is, right? Saw that several times. More things with the AR. Like if this is the goal line down here, the AR is down here, and ball goes out, it's going to be a goal kick. They stop right here and do one of these, pointing at the goal. If I was a center referee, I'd be like, okay, what do you call it? Either run down to the end and get it straight out, it's a goal kick, or run down the end and point it to the corner, so it's a corner kick. So what happens, you point towards the goal, and they may get it right the first time, and then the AR starts to get lazy, and that arm starts to drop, and now you really don't know where they want to say, okay, it's over here, it's over there. So you just got to be careful and get that flag where it needs to be. Again, I was watching the other AR, actually was doing a pretty good job. But when the ball would go out, it was one of these. So if you blinked, you didn't see it. Okay, which it's out this way, down. I call it a Speedy Gonzalez flag. It was just, you really got to slow it down in slow motion to see what was going on. And then the thing we talked about earlier is keeping parent coaches away from the back of the goal, especially when they're the other team. And I saw this once. It was towards the end of the game. It was a really close game, and this poor little girl's doing a good job, goalie, and then here comes dad for a forward on the other team behind her, yelling, come on, break free, look over here, she's wide open, you know. Just basically irritating. The kid didn't seem to notice a whole lot when it was driving me nuts. I'm trying to get somebody's attention, get them out of there. And they ended up scoring 2 goals later to win. So, but keep those, you know, if they're back there, a ways away, they're taking pictures, they're not causing any trouble. For me, that's okay. But if they become an irritant or they become involved in the game somehow, that's a problem, and they got to go. Don't be afraid to go back there and say, sir, I need you to move. Same thing with the sideline. You know, what I told there were people creeping up on the sideline, and what I told one of the ARs was, okay, first time, I just want you to blaze right past you really fast. Okay, let it get down there and just run, you know, just barely miss their shoes, see if they get the hint. Second time, step on their shoes. Third time, just take them out. And seriously, I did that. I had a game yesterday afternoon. It was about as bad, and I started, you know, I was braced for the hit. I wasn't really looking because I didn't care. And these people I kept hearing, I'm sorry. Except for the one time I saw 2 little girls get ready to sub, and the coach yanked them back just in time, but they didn't want to flatten them. But and of course, some of them were maybe bigger than I was, but you know, it hurts both of us. Fine, that's okay. I can deal with it.
See, that's sort of like being my size.
Yeah.
If I'm on parent side and somebody's too close, like, dude, I'll run you over because I'm not looking at you.
Yeah. I may kind of spear them with the flags and run too. You know, just kind of dig it in there.
And by the way, we're not telling you that. I mean, nobody in here is bigger than me because you're not, because you guys are sane and I'm fat. But I've run into parents knowing I was going to do it. You know, hey, you guys need to back off. Or we're trying to see back up. Give me room. Okay, and I've leveled 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
Yeah. So wait,
lesson learned, man.
The only other thing I would say, and I don't know if they sent one in or not, I told them to, since I was mentoring there, I turned one in. If there's an injury that you think is worth turning in, make sure to write that up and get it in as soon as possible. Turns out there was a goalie free kick just outside the box. The goalie kind of jumped and saved it, went over. Didn't hit the goal post, didn't hit another player, but the ball hit the wrist, funny. And she came out of the game, and they were checking her and stuff, and she was still crying. They iced her down. And turned out they did get x-rays and stuff. And she's okay, but, you know, I felt bad that, you know, you feel bad too, the wrist is broken, and they call Mike, and that's the first he's heard of it. That's not a good thing. So, you just, you know, when in doubt, send an email. So.
Yeah, and if you send me an email on an injury and it turns out to be nothing, trust me, I'm not gonna write that check. I'd rather read 50 of those and one of them we needed. Okay? Kid fell down and scraped his knee. He played for the whatever at the Who's It's game. Cool, I'm fine with that. Okay, and so is Mike, officially. I'll forward that right to him. I don't care. And another thing, like he was talking about the injured player, if you think they're injured, stop the game. I don't care what's going on. When the coach is coming up, we had a breakaway. I don't care. Okay? Injury trumps that every single time.
Couple of common sense.
Well, true. I mean, if you really think they're hurt and need help, yeah, if they're hopping around like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine.
But even if you can't tell, 'cause like I said, it goes
Yeah.
cover their face, you don't know what they're doing, but they're not playing in the game unless they're just, you know, one of those numbers.
Some stuff.
No, pretty much all I got.
That's all I had to. Any questions about anything or anything we didn't cover?
As an AR, and like some parents like show them behind the goal, like under the goal a lot. Can you talk to them as an AR, or should you talk to them?
You can. And with that, you know, I know you guys, I mean, anybody in here besides Jim and Keith and I that are under or over 18? No? So talking to some parent you don't know might be a little intimidating. I get that. Talk to the coach. Hey, coaches, move that one. And wait for him to do it. I mean, if you're comfortable talking to the guy, hey, you need to get out of there, cool. If he doesn't, now we talk to the coaches. Okay. Or if you're uncomfortable,
Hey,
tell him.
Just,
Talk to the
sir, or would you just stay over there on the parent side? That's really all it takes.
Yeah. Once you see a goalkeeper, daddy behind coaching her, this I literally saw, he says something, the goalie turns around as the shot's made. Whammo. First time you see that, you'll have no problem talking to that parent, get him out of there. Yeah, I don't ever want to see that again. It hurt watching.
That situation I had this at 1 o'clock over in Archgate was priceless. Some of them don't realize that they're actually doing damage.
Yeah.
You know, they always mean the best in the world, and sometimes they don't get well 18. It's not in the parent manual.
What you got, Dick?
I think you should talk about what happened on Wednesday with that big parent behind the goal, that situation where there's a really big guy behind the goal. And
Yeah, we had a kid got scored on and he got upset, and what we didn't realize is the kid was crying, so Daddy ran around to him, talked to him, and, you know, Brad being Mr. Rules, tells Nick to move him. And we probably should have given him a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, since the game was stopped.
Situation.
Yeah. And he was real good about it. It's like, hey, my kid's crying. We're like, okay, we'll give you a minute. And sometimes that happens, and then they leave. And we're good.
Wednesday night shell. Hey, there is a pushing call in the box. Little girl, just all in tears. The referee, who will nameless, see me afterwards, I'll tell you, ushered the kid over to the coach and said, "Take care of her. Everything's fine." Okay, goes back. PK. Goalkeeper went nuts. 2 for 2. We're doing great.
Don't have enough to continue.
I don't know where you can have this much fun watching people from both eyes, from both sides, you know, from either side of the whistle, either side of the flag, and see just how wonderful life is itself. Some of them get it, Okay, we'll leave it there. The ones that get it are nice, and the ones that don't get it, they're gonna wear a hole in their skull, scratching their head, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and just one thing for the folks perhaps tuning into this on the website. A, you weren't here, why not? B, next meeting, we're probably gonna have a referee get up and present something. So be prepared for a phone call.